All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to another great session with the presidential candidate of the fictional Common Sense People's Party. Now, the scheme designed by the APC to capture the Nigerian states is simple and short. Fix dates for elections, roll out election materials on the dates fixed for elections to give the world the impression that elections actually held, get INEC to declare a result cooked up in favor of the APC, tell aggrieved opponents to go to court, then get the judiciary, the judges that have already been bought over to uphold the APC victory. And where another party was declared, get the compromised judges to sack that party's candidate and declare the APC candidate the winner. This is exactly what the APC, INEC, and the Nigerian judiciary have been doing in this country for the past 6 months. But some well-meaning lawyers, some well-meaning SANs, legal practitioners, including the former president of the Nigerian Bar Association, Barrister Olumide Akpata, have decided to directly invite the international community to come and help Nigerians rescue their democracy. Barrister Olumide Akpata attended a symposium organized by the International Bar Association. The symposium was a rule of law symposium, and when it was Barrister Olumide's turn to speak, he didn't hold back nor mince words. In a completely honest and emotional video, former NBA president Barrister Olumide Akpata told the International Bar Association that the Nigerian judiciary had been captured by the Nigerian politicians. He explained all that has been happening, how our judiciary do the biddings of the politicians. He highlighted some of the causes, and at the end of his speech, the chairperson of the symposium, a white lady, gave a response that got me emotional. But before I show you that great video of Barrister Olumide, I want you to examine this tweet by Rufai Oseni. 2 hours ago, Rufai posted this picture of Tinubu with other world leaders in Germany. Look at where and how Tinubu stood. This is the third time Tinubu would leave the shores of this country for a function, and the inferiority complex when he meets other world leaders is always obvious and enormous. Jonathan attended similar meetings and he always stood at the center as the president of the giant of Africa. But look at this one. And this thing is affecting our economy. The same way Tinubu acted in this picture is the same way our currency, Naira, acts when it sees other currencies. And look at how Nigerians reacted. Look at some of the tweet reactions. This tweet here by Ola Cube says, "Why is President Bat always at the extreme end when taking pictures with heads of government? My brother, if you ask me, who I go ask?" And this tweet by Justice says, "Standing by the strength and viability of their currency and economy, or legitimacy of presidency, or they deliberately placing him where what he can forge is next to nothing. Oh, Nigeria's pride is gone. It has evaporated like smoke. Too bad. Oh, this one is too bad." And this tweet by Aga says, True, a town hall is truly different from a bala blue." And this tweet by Bolanle says, "Remain small, make them push and come out. How the giant of Africa has fallen." This is so sad. This is so sad. What a time to be a Nigerian. We used to be the giant of Africa, but now our sins have made us a laughing stock. What a shame. Now, let us watch that video by the former president of the Nigerian Bar Association, Barrister Olumide Akpata. See the video.
Has pointed out to you. By the way, my name is Olu Akpata. I was president of the bar from 2020 to 2022, the bar in Nigeria.
Yes.
So, as Dr. Ajumeli has pointed out to us very correctly, is that it is a major problem that we are confronted with in Nigeria. And Nigeria is the largest black nation on the earth. And what happens in Nigeria has major implications the world over. And so forgive us for fixating on this problem just for a little bit. Because we think that the IBA, being the global voice of the legal profession, has a role to play in dealing with what I call judiciary capture. Because while I was president, what I found out was that there is a deliberate attempt on the part of the political class in Nigeria to capture the judiciary. And that has very insidious, very invidious consequences for the rule of law in Nigeria. And it is deliberate, it is intentional, and it is achieving results for them. And what we find is that, firstly, from the point of view, and as Tunde has said to us, that a good judge will emerge in Nigeria out of that process is by fluke only. Sheer luck of the draw, as it were. And we're playing Russian roulette with judicial appointments in Nigeria. It's ridiculous. And so we're hoping that the IBA would accept, don't take my gospel, or don't take what I say for gospel. IBA should ascertain that what we say is correct, and then lend its voice. The process of appointment, 1. 2, the impoverishing of judges in Nigeria. Remuneration. I don't even want to tell you what a judge earns in Nigeria. Meanwhile, they're still at the upper echelon of society. They're still considered to be elite. Their kids want to go to Cambridge, Yale, and Harvard. You know the law, but when you know a man who knows the law, he knows the procedure, and he goes against his judgment, flies against the face of what the law should be, you know that there's something else motivating him or her. Process of appointment. Then we talk about the impoverishing. Then we talk about the lack of the total absence of financial autonomy. So a judge needs cars for the judiciary, for his judges, all these houses. He has to go to the governor. We have national and sub-national levels, and it's replicated on all levels. He has to go to the governor. And actually, some of them actually kneel before the governor. And then the governor will say, I am just giving cars to my judges. My judges? They're not your judges. But in his mind, they are his judges to do his bidding. So what we have is an almost total erosion of confidence in the judiciary. In October 2020, we had the NSARS, which was an uprising from the people. And in Lagos, they went to certain public institutions, these people, including the High Court in Lagos, and they burnt down the entire court building.
Oh my God.
My high school is next to the court. They didn't burn down my high school. The Federal Ministry of Works is next to the court. The other side didn't burn the Federal Ministry of Works down. The people went to the High Court and burnt it down. One man, one picture that remains clear in my mind is a guy who had the gown of a judge. He put on the gown of the judge, he put on the wig, and he held on the books, and then he had a machete in his hand. That's the problem that we're. So I don't want us to lose sight of that problem with our own side, our own little.
What I'm going to commit to you is that the IBA will really put our minds to whether a statement on the situation shouldn't come from the International Bar Association, or certainly from parts of it, and the Rule of Law Forum might say we're deeply concerned because you're a great nation and you deserve a great judiciary.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you very much.
Wow, what a great speech by Barrister Olumide Akpata. And you heard what the woman said. She said they are deeply concerned and that they are going to look into the issue seriously. Then she ended by saying, we are a great nation and we deserve a great judiciary. That was what really got me emotional. Waiting we do for Nigeria. Why are these elites treating Nigerians like this? And look at how Nigerians reacted. Look at some of the tweet reactions. This tweet here by Ed says, no need to discuss policy. If issues like these are not addressed, we are gone. And that is the simple truth. There is no need to say, this is what we have to do to get electricity. This is what we need to do to stabilize the naira. All those ones cannot work if we cannot simply have an electoral system and judiciary that works. Democracy is dead on arrival if there is no electoral system and a judiciary to protect it. And Goldwyn here says, legal practitioners like you are very rare. We believe that one day we will get it right. He's talking about Olumide Akpata here. This tweet says, the question is, what do we do to end all this? Enough of all the noise while our country is being roasted on fire. Are we a bunch of cowards in Nigeria? Everything is wrong and we look away. There will be no future for our children and grandchildren if nothing is done now. And this tweet by T. Brown says, at least in his tenure, judiciary was not turned upside down like this now. He was not as bad as the current one in office. Now, courts and its chambers are completely desecrated by rogue judges, lawyers, APC party, and government members. Now, wow. Now, a retired Justice Dattijo, a few weeks ago, spoke about heavy corruption in the Supreme Court and in the judiciary as a whole. Today, a former president of the Nigerian Bar Association has come out to say that the judiciary has been captured by politicians. These are revolutionary trends. For street protests to succeed, they need strong roots, and those roots are generated and developed by events and interactions like this. This country, we go take am back. Anyway, make I leave am here. Make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because of una. Nah, I dey here. So, don't go away.